Hello, my name is Caroline Marshall, and I'm a Managing Associate in the Disputes and Investigations team at Allens. In this session, I'll discuss a fourth key element of effective anti-bribery and corruption compliance systems, which is adopting controls to manage third-party risks. As touched on throughout this series, a key bribery and corruption risk area is the use of agents and other third-party representatives. This is particularly true if those agents or third parties engage with public officials in Australia or abroad. Third parties include agents and intermediaries that represent your business. They also include suppliers and distributors in the supply chain. They include joint venture business partners and charitable and community organizations. All of these organizations and third parties can be used as conduits for the payment of bribes. The business should also carefully review anti-bribery and corruption issues arising from corporate acquisitions, as your business can be liable for historical misconduct of its acquisition targets. An organization may be liable for the proposed new offence of failure to prevent foreign bribery by an associate, which we discussed in earlier sessions, if a third-party business associate makes an inappropriate payment on its behalf, even if the payment occurred without your knowledge or consent. Further, in the changing economy where global supply and logistic chains are often disrupted, organizations may need to engage new suppliers or third-party representatives as a matter of urgency. However, anti-bribery regulators have emphasized that they will not be relaxing laws in these circumstances, so it is essential that personnel continue to comply with usual anti-bribery policies and vet third parties appropriately. To mitigate third-party risks, you should put in place a number of key controls. 3 key controls are particularly important. Firstly, before entering a relationship with a third party, you should undertake anti-bribery and corruption due diligence to evaluate the level of bribery and corruption risk a third party presents. Third-party screening is one option to uplift third-party due diligence. It can improve the quality of information obtained through due diligence because it removes subjectivity from the due diligence process, as employees will be able to present screening reports to managers signing off on due diligence as a source of truth. It also reduces the time required by your organization to undertake counterparty due diligence and improves documentation of due diligence inquiries. Secondly, following your initial due diligence process, businesses should negotiate anti-corruption clauses into contracts with third parties, and those clauses should be proportionate to the entity's risks. All third-party contracts should, however, contain standard anti-bribery and corruption clauses, including termination and audit rights against the third party. Third parties should also be required to provide strong compliance representations and warranties. Finally, businesses should continuously monitor third parties to a level proportionate to the risks associated with the particular relationship or situation. Similar to initial due diligence, an organization may choose to use a third-party screening provider to monitor third parties and notify any material changes to a third party's risk profile. In particular, relationships with third parties in higher risk jurisdictions or settings should continuously be monitored beyond the initial due diligence process. Iterative improvement of your anti-bribery and corruption controls and due diligence is key. Strong anti-bribery and corruption compliance programs include due diligence procedures and third-party controls that are continuously enhanced based on compliance learnings and changes in your business's risk and compliance environment. It is also good practice for businesses to use the trends and risks you identify through anti-bribery due diligence to define your organization-wide risk assessments and to tailor your training programs. This will ensure your business's controls reflect as closely as possible the live compliance issues you face.